Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spirituality Today. It is Sunday, January the 4th. I'm Russ Latow. I'm the founder of the Healing Center. Our website is www.healingcenter.ca, and that's center spelled C-E-N-T-E-R. So just a couple of programming notes. If you're interested in calling in over the phone, you are more than welcome to. The phone number is 347-327-9944. We also have the chat room up, so you're also welcome to join in there. I'm running everything, so you're welcome to type in your comments and whatnot in the chat room. I will more than likely just respond to them on the air, because I've found that I'm pretty good at doing one thing, but when I'm doing two things, well, then we have issues. So, so thanks for joining me. For the next, about half an hour, we are going to chat about all things spiritual. So I've had a variety of different themes and different programs, and I actually encourage you to go to my profile on Blog Talk Radio. So depending on where you're listening to this from, the website that hosts this, and this is just a fantastic medium, is www.blogtalkradio.com. And to find my profile, and that's where the archive shows are and different things like this, go to www.blogtalkradio.com/The Healing Center. And when you go there, you will be able to find archives of the past shows. We also have a meditation gathering that we have here every Wednesday at 7, and that would be Mountain Standard Time. And we've started in the last, probably, I'm thinking maybe 3 weeks or so, we have started broadcasting that live as well. And that's really worked out well for us. We have, we've been so fortunate. There's been many, many people who have come through our doors at our gatherings, and we have our regulars, and that's great to see. There's also those that, because of their work schedules, or they were maybe just in town for a period of time and joined us. This medium allows them to participate via live streaming audio. And then, of course, as I said, we archive it so you can go back and listen to them whenever you wish. You can download them as well. And actually, that's another feature about this, is the programs that are broadcast here are archived, and you can download them as an MP3 file, so you can play them on any portable MP3 player. So, I'm kind of giving a bit of a plug for the Blog Talk Radio, but I encourage you to go there, browse around, search for some different keywords and things you're interested in. The ability to network in so many ways with so many people globally for it's virtually free, if you will. Most of us will pay, like a monthly access fee, but other than that, the potential that it offers is absolutely incredible. And never has there been a time in the history that virtually everyone, is able to reach out globally and communicate and to network. I know one of the things that we've been spending quite a bit of time on in the last, couple of weeks or so is using the social networking medium as a way to reach out to folks and spread our message and let people know about the different things that we have going on and events and whatnot. And I was working through some things, and I had a couple of questions around some of the technologies. And there's a radio program that's on every Sunday morning, I believe, about 10:30, and it features a couple of really neat guys. And they talk about social marketing and that type of thing. The Niche Prof is one of the fellas, and I can't remember the other fella's name. I'm going to apologize to him ahead of time, but he's marked as my favorite on my profile. So I just simply called up, and I had my question answered in minutes. And it's almost like it's hardwired inside of us, that desire to network, to communicate. And I was talking with actually one of the folks on our teaching team here these last few days, and we were just kind of talking about that. And I'm going to say in the old days, whatever that looks like, there was the local marketplace. And, people, if they wanted to talk to somebody, well, they had to go and physically talk with them. And then we didn't have the huge metropolitan centers that we do now and that type of thing. And so people would gather together and they would communicate and share their lives and do different things like that. And, as time kind of went on and we got more spread apart and our whole sociological structure changed and that type of thing, but the one thing that didn't change is people's desire to communicate with other people. And that is, I believe, one of the biggest potentials that the internet and all the platforms that run on it provide, is the ability to communicate and to communicate with so many people. The other really interesting thing is that in this medium, everyone's the same, and there's no social structure there. You don't know how many letters are behind, the person's name on their business card, or how fat their wallet is, or, how shiny their car is, or, that type of thing. Everybody is the same. And, that might be one of the underlying forces that is driving this medium so strongly, because deep inside we are all the same. And I think sometimes we use our external trappings to judge or evaluate or label or pigeonhole those around us, and many times the one that we see in the mirror every morning. And we have this laundry list of items that we use. And it's almost like our grading card, and we grade other people and we grade ourselves. And I don't know about you, but it seems like my grading card of myself is always a whole lot more difficult to meet than what I use to grade others. At our meditation gathering this past Wednesday, a few days ago, as I was preparing for it, and the way I prepare for our meditation gatherings is, I guess in some ways not to prepare, because it's not rehearsed. I don't have a script that I use or anything like that. The way I prepare for those gatherings is I become still. And actually there's a little process for that, and I think I'll actually just take you guys through that this evening. I become still, I become quiet, and then I listen. And I listen for that still small voice that's inside every single one of us. And that still small voice has always been there, will always be there, and never goes away, and is always, it never stops talking, but not in a bad way. Never shouts, never demands, it never pressures, there's never a sense of urgency. It's always just this still, peaceful, calm, but at the same time very solid voice, and it's always there. But what happens so many times is we can't hear it because we've got this conundrum of external stimulus that is coming into us. We mix that with all the memories and emotions and the baggage that we've carried from our past. We mix that with all the forecasting and the living in the future. I find that, and this is always a process, but I found such a difference when I quit living the future before it happens. Now think about this. How many times, and I know it happens to all of us, it still happens to me, something is coming up in the future, and we start living it before it ever gets here. And in our mind, we're going through all these scenarios and scenarios and scenarios and scenarios of what this thing could look like. And then what happens is, along with the scenarios, not that there's anything wrong with planning ahead, but so many times along with the scenarios come emotions. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant. And so the events coming up in our mind, and sometimes, we say, geez, our mind is swimming, and I just wish I could get my mind to stop or stop thinking about it. And I want you to think about this. It's not the thoughts that causes us the discomfort. It's not the speculation that causes us the discomfort. It's the emotions